up against Nguyen Thuy Linh of Vietnam. The latter, who lost in the final here last year. Neither of these women has yet won a Super 300. Both came through relatively straightforward semis yesterday. But again, you can see only 3 seeds made the last 8, including the 2 in the final.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing Singapore, here is Yeo Jia.
She'll definitely start favourite, the Singaporean. Much better ranking than her opponent. And on the head-to-head, which we'll show you shortly, she's also in front.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing Vietnam, here is Nguyen Thuy Linh.
And a big afternoon for the Vietnamese. She's won 3 Super 100 events, but this would be a big step up if she finds herself on the podium in about an hour or hour and a half's time. Got some Vietnamese fans in the building, as you can see. Mascot's nearly as tall as her. So on the head-to-head, it's 3-2 in Yeo Jia-min's favour. She's won the last 3. It's actually 3-2, that's quite correct. Including the first round of the India Open as recently as January. Got to go back 8 years to find the Vietnamese's last win over Yeo Jia-min. .26 years of age, world number 13. She's been 1 spot higher than that. As you can see, that was only in January of this year. Former world number 1 junior player too. Only a couple of Super 100 titles actually. The last one of those was in 2019. So a long time ago. And her opponent, Nguyen Thuy Linh, the 27-year-old Vietnamese, currently down at 29 in the rankings. That 20 was back in, or the end of 2023. Mentioned the 3 Super 100 events she's won. Most recently, she won her own Vietnam Open. That was in September. Got past Tasnim Mir when the Indian retired in the 3rd game of the quarter-final. Otherwise, it's been pretty serene progress for the Vietnamese. In charge of this match is Maria Martinez from Spain. And Daniel Wolf of Austria is our service judge.
Ready to play? für die heutige Finalteilnehmerin, dass sie ein paar Kräfte sparen konnte und dann auch ins Finale einziehen konnte. Wir freuen uns insgesamt auf ein tolles Duell und sagen auch mal herzlich willkommen from Vietnam,
Nguyen Thuy Linh.
Und auf der anderen Seite die Turnierfavoritin, die an Nummer 1 gesetzt ist und die auch 2 Runden lang alles sehr souverän vorfand, aber dann eben auch ein bisschen mehr zeigen musste, warum sie aktuell zu den Besten der Welt gehört. In der dritten Runde 1 Stunde, 3 Sätze, hart umkämpft. Das Ganze gegen die Titelverteidigerin Mia Blickfeld und heute steht sie im Finale.
Im internen Duell steht es 3:1 für die Indonesierin. Wir freuen uns, dass sie hier ist. Hallo, willkommen, Yeo Jia.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Yeo Jia, Singapore. And on my left, Nguyen Thuy Linh, Vietnam. Nguyen Thuy Linh to serve, level, play.
So here we go then, the women's singles final. Nguyen trying to go one better than last year
Service over.
when she lost in the
One
showpiece match
love.
here. That's lovely, lovely disguise
Love.
from Yeo. I think she's clearly come out to make an early statement of intent against Nguyen, who she's beaten the last 3 occasions that they've met, and wants to sow as many seeds of doubt in her opponent's mind as she can early on here. But she will know, the Singaporean, that for a player of her undoubted talent, she probably hasn't got as many trophies on the sideboard as her talent would suggest she should have. Not too late, she's only 26. The easy winner, and she's off to a flyer.
For love.
4 love in the blink of an eye here for the Singaporean. Well, that'll settle her down.
Service over. 1.
Great
4.
winner from Nguyen. Got that disguise going really well, hasn't she, already?
5-2.
Only played for 2 or 3 minutes, but already she's giving Nguyen a problem with that shot. Well, I think that showed you how minimal the drift is in the arena. Hardly moved at all. It started out in the middle of the tram lines, and that's where it landed. Here we go. Maybe fractionally right to left, but not much. Looks incredibly focused, doesn't she, Yeo Jia? An excellent win against Mia Blichfeldt yesterday in straight games. On paper, a more difficult match than this. Wonderfully weighted.
8-2.
Well, it's just raining winners at the moment, and even after only 4 minutes, Nguyen Thuy Lin's body language just looks a little defeatist. Look at her there. Stood stock still, staring at the shuttle. Does she have the wherewithal to try and change her game a little bit? Because she may have to.
Service over. 3-9.
Yeah, that was the bite a bit.
4-9.
Nguyen Thuy Linh showing that she can play those little disguise shots too. Just wide.
5-9.
Oh, done it again.
6-9.
Back in the groove.
Service over. 10-6.
How did she get that? Well, it's fantastic from both women.
Service over. 7-10.
Full credit to Nguyen Thuy Linh for staying alert, because it didn't look like that was going to come back from Yeo. Somehow she got to it, but Nguyen was watching and watching like a hawk. Couldn't really get
Service over.
much of a racket on that, though. And a 4-point lead for the Singaporean at the mid-game break.
Thank you. 11-7. Play. 12-7. Service over. 8-12.
Just enough encouragement for Nguyen Thuy Linh in the last maybe 5 or 6 points to suggest that she's not beyond a comeback in this opening game. The way that Yeo started looked like it was going to be very one-sided.
Hold.
Miscue
Service over.
from Yeo, but it did the job.
13-8.
Sounded more woody than off the strings, but yeah. Sometimes a little good fortune comes your way. Reacted well there when that came off the tape. Ha! Shot of the match.
Service over.
Just flashed past Yeo Jia. You can see her weight was moving the Singaporean, like she expected that to go down the line. Instead of that, Nguyen blasted it cross court. Wide. Much closer contest now.
Service over. 40-11.
You can see how cross she was with herself. Just didn't go through with the shot. Didn't commit. Well, all of a sudden, she's giving her opponents some hope, Yeo Jia. Missed a few of those.
12-14.
Much better. Excellent angle. lovely little drop shot from Nguyen Thuy Linh. Will have good hands to play that. Nerves of steel. I saw her miss hit one a little earlier, but that was perfect. Great defence. That's wide though. Did well to extend the point, but she'll be disappointed in the final shot in that rally after those kind of heroics have kept her in it. See Nguyen's disappointment, nothing she could do about that, obviously. And getting towards the business end now of this opening game, those kind of things can really hurt. Opened up the court, but then put it wide, and she didn't really have to go near the line, because Nguyen Thuy Linh was never going to get there. Sometimes it's just instinctive that you try and aim for the paint, but on that occasion really wasn't necessary. Still a handy lead though, this opening game. So here are 4 game points for Yeo Jia. In just 19 minutes, 21-16. First blood to the Singaporean, aiming to win that elusive first Super 300 title. She's 1 game away.
Hier auch wieder für den zweiten Satz, auf den wir uns jetzt freuen können. Und dementsprechend viel Spaß. Auf geht's mit dem Damenfinale. Der zweite Satz beginnt jetzt.
Second game, local play.
Hard to escape the feeling here that Nguyen Thuy Linh needs a fast start in this second game. Otherwise, this final could easily run away from her pretty quickly. There were signs in that first game, though, that she can compete with Yeo Jia. Just needs to cut out some of the unforced errors. Hope that her opponent's level dips a bit, and those kind of shots will provide plenty of encouragement as well. On the line.
Nguyen Thuy Linh challenges call in.
Well, Hawkeye being asked the question. Looked close-ish. Wasn't actually that close. Good challenge.
2-1. Play.
That's a stunning shot. Makes it look ridiculously easy. It's anything but. Anyone who's ever picked up a racket knows that, but there wasn't a lot of margin for error there. Super shot. Well, set that up nicely. Dragged their opponent wide, and again, and then into the empty space. Well, she's going to have nightmares about Yeo Jia disguise tonight. Nguyen Thuy Linh, if she doesn't win this match. Time after time, the Singaporean has just nailed that shot. Well, she can just ill afford these kind of errors. That's a couple of loose shots. It's almost a double whammy because it no doubt encourages Yeo Jia at the same time. So 3 cheap points for the Singaporean. That's better. Had a few sighters, but that one found the mark. Stunning net play. What a wonderful rally. I don't think that Nguyen Thuy Linh could have done much more in it, to be honest. Sometimes you just have to hold your hand up, say, great play by the opponent. And that was a good example. Yeo Jia, brilliant. Very quickly in. Just trying to break up Yeo Jia rhythm a little bit. It's not a bad idea. Well, it's a big lead, and she has one hand on the trophy, effectively 11-6. Yeo Jia in front. Well, the fight back has to start now. That's the long and the short of it for Nguyen Thuy Linh. Well, you can't place a shuttle any better than that. Good pressure again from the Vietnamese. That was wild. Just wonder if Nguyen's starting to lose a little bit of heart here. Yeo knows she's done the hard work, just has to see it out now. That was a little careless. Doesn't want to give her opponent any encouragement. 15-10, certainly not a formality. Turns away in disgust as that goes beyond the back line. Well, that was barely halfway up the net. shot. Statement of intent that she's still in there fighting. That was a little tentative from Yeo. Is she just tensing up a little bit with the finish line in sight? Next few points will tell us. Well, a challenge. It wasn't the most confident one you'll ever see, and she's obviously quite a long way away from it, but I guess she needs to have a look, situation being as it is. Missed by a big margin.
One challenge remaining. Service over. 18-15. Play.
Yeah, super angle. Lovely touch from Yeo. She's 2 points away from the title now. Sometimes when you're in this kind of position, especially when you've never won a tournament of this magnitude before, you can kind of stop playing a little bit, almost hoping you get errors from your opponent. She didn't do it in that point. She earned it. Championship points then, 5 of them for Yeo Jia.
Match point 15.
Good pick up. Let's go wide. Off the tape. Ah, found a beauty there. 2 saved, 3 to go. She's there. It must feel like a long, long wait. But finally, Yeo Jia has a Super 300 title to her name. And arguably, she's produced her best performance of the week when it mattered the most. 21-17 in that second game. I think a lot of observers thought it was going to be close. It wasn't really. Got to feel some sympathy for Nguyen Thuy Linh, beaten in the final here at the German Open for the second year running, but I don't think she can have any real complaints. 21-16, 21-17, 41 minutes the match time. It's going to go down very well in Singapore, I'll tell you that. I was there in January, and they're so proud of any sportsman or woman that wins an event, any sport. Didn't really get going, did she, Nguyen Thuy Linh? She had moments, but not enough of them. And that was the big moment for her.
Wir freuen uns auf die Siegerehrung, die in Kürze starten wird. Und wir blicken nochmal auf unsere Anzeigentafel in die große Halle. Es kann losgehen. Auf geht's in die Siegerehrung.
So presentation upcoming for the women's singles.
What a final! Runner!
Here is from Vietnam, Nguyen Thuy Linh.
Been on that step for the last 2 years here in Mulheim. Maybe her day will come, but it wasn't today. I think she'd accept she was well beaten by the Singaporean. It's the bear and the memento.
New champion, YONEX German Open 2025.
From Singapore, Yeo Jia.
First time on the top step in a Super 300 event. And as well as the glory, she's going to pick up 7,000 ranking points and a check for $18,000 US. Runner-up money, by the way, is just over 9,000.
Und wir umrahmen das Ganze nochmal mit dem, was man als den wahren Lohn eines solchen Turniers bezeichnen kann. Die Sympathie und Anerkennung durch uns alle. Unser Siegerapplaus für die Top-Damen 2025 hier in Mülheim.
So many congratulations to Yeo Jia, which will be a very popular winner. She's one of those that everyone likes on the circuit. Genuinely down-to-earth woman, and now she's got a Super 300 win under her belt. At last. There's always a bear somewhere close in this part of the world. There'll be a few requests for selfies and autographs, I reckon. Yeah, don't sign the bear. That's it. Well, let's leave Yeo Jia. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, arguably the match of the day. Two former world champions, Axelsen against Nguyen Thuy, is next. A warm welcome back to finals day here in Western Germany. Well, what a match this could be. Victor Axelsen, double Olympic champion, of course, against Nguyen Thuy, who shocked the badminton world 4 years ago, world champion from nowhere. They're the top two seeds in this event, and they're going to go at it in just a few moments' time. Here's how the men's singles draw has